All right, this is Genesis 3, the fall. Before I start reading this, think about what you might already know or think you know about Adam and Eve eating from the tree in the Garden of Eden and what happens to them afterwards, and then see if that's what happens in the story as you remember it or as you've heard about it. I'm going to stop partway through and I'll let you know which questions you should be able to answer. The serpent was more crafty than any wild creature that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Is it true that God has forbidden you to eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman answered the serpent, "We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us either to eat or to touch the fruit of that. If we do, we shall die." The serpent said, "Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like gods, knowing both good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good to eat, and that it was pleasing to the eye and tempting to contemplate, she took some and ate it. She also gave her husband some, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they discovered that they were naked. So they stitched fig leaves together and made themselves loincloths. You might want to pause here. You should be able to answer questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. All right, now the rest of this you should be able to, after reading it, you should be able to answer questions 5 until the end. The man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden at the time of the evening breeze and hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" He replied, "I heard the sound as you were walking in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." God answered, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree which I forbade you?" The man said, "The woman you gave me for a companion, she gave me fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is it that you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent tricked me, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are accursed more than all cattle and all wild creatures. On your belly you shall crawl, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your brood and hers. They shall strike at your head, and you shall strike at their heel." To the woman, he said, "I will increase your labor and your groaning, and in labor you shall bear children. You shall be eager for your husband, and he shall be your master." And to the man, he said, "Because you have listened to your wife and have eaten from the tree which I forbade you, accursed shall be the ground on your account. With labor you shall win your food from it all the days of your life. It will grow thorns and thistles for you, none but wild plants for you to eat. You shall gain your bread by the sweat of your brow until you return to the ground, for from it you were taken. Dust you are, to dust you shall return." The man called his wife Eve because she was the mother of all who live. The Lord God made tunics of skins for Adam and his wife and clothed them. He said, "The man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. What if he now reaches out his hand and takes fruit from the tree of life also, eats it, and lives forever?" So the Lord God drove him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he had been taken. He cast him out, and to the east of the Garden of Eden he stationed the cherubim and a sword whirling and flashing to guard the way to the tree of life.